What is our mission? LCHIP, the Land and Community Heritage Investment Program, works with communities to conserve and preserve New Hampshire's most important natural, cultural, and historic resources. This is LCHIP, Seacoast Region Projects for 2013. Portsmouth.
The Portsmouth African Burying Ground.
Many people are surprised to learn that the African Burying Ground site is actually beneath our feet, and as many as 200 people may be interred underneath this west lane of Chestnut Street between Court and State Street.
When it was rediscovered, this community came together to really establish a memorial site here that is second to none in my view. And I am so proud of that. So very proud of that.
Because the burying ground is actually underneath the street, we need to have a visual reminder of its presence while we raise the funds to create the memorial park. So we created a series of symbols and brief portions of the story along each of the home fronts that front the burying ground.
In establishing this memorial site, it became clear to a lot of us that money was going to be a big, huge problem. LCHIP came to our rescue, and that was a big rescue. Without that kind of funding and support, this would not happen.
We're very fortunate to have the support of LCHIP for the African Burying Ground Memorial Park. This story of enslaved people in Portsmouth is not just a Portsmouth story, it's a New Hampshire story. And right here is the location of the initial rediscovery in October 2003, where we found those initial human remains.
This is the African Burying Ground symbol. It is an African symbol called Sankofa. It means go back and get it. Learn from the past.
Kingston Historic Bandstand. The wood to restore Kingston's 1875 bandstand, including the distinctive octagonal floor, will be harvested from the Kingston Town Forest and milled locally. Loud House, Portsmouth. The 1810 Loud House at Portsmouth Strawberry Bank hosts a permanent exhibit showcasing New Hampshire's traditional woodworking craftsmen and their tools. Wentworth Gardner House. In 2002, a picture of this 1760s Portsmouth mansion was included in the greetings from New Hampshire U.S. postage stamp. Epping.
The Pawtuckaway to Great Bay project is a story of connecting the 5,000-acre Pawtuckaway State Park to the Great Bay estuary, and started to try to look to how we're going to fund this project, and that's where LCHIP really steps in. You can be rest assured other organizations and agencies have that reassurance knowing that LCHIP has looked and vetted this project, and it's that important it meets a statewide level of importance. Right now we're on a very active farm. The Limpresses farm this property for commercial produce, primarily tomatoes. With the LCHIP funding, we're able to secure the funding that we're going to need to be able to conserve this farm and keep it as a farm in perpetuity. This project matters because it's local land providing local food for local people.
Califf Property. The Califf property in Barrington protects more than 2 miles of the Isinglass River, a source of drinking water for the city of Dover. Warner House. This 1716 urban mansion in Portsmouth contains the earliest known wall murals in the whole United States. Oceanic Hotel Rye, Isle of Shoals. This 1875 Oceanic Hotel is a lively reminder of an earlier and more gracious age at the Isle of Shoals, 7 miles offshore. Portsmouth.
So we're really lucky here at the John Paul Jones House. People come from all over the world to see what we have. This property is so important to the community. It was saved from demolition in 1920 by a group of Portsmouth residents, and they established the Historical Society. This is the only historic house in town that tells all of Portsmouth's stories. And there are many different wonderful historic houses in town, but this one we believe is special. And it takes a lot of work and effort to preserve a historic house, so our LCHIP funding was critical to helping us advance our mission. Portsmouth's uniqueness is defined by its past. Thousands of people come here every year to learn more and to walk our streets. It's a really, truly livable, walkable city. It's full of many historic houses, so there's lots of competition for donors and to keep up those houses. Funding from LCHIP has been critical to this project. In Portsmouth, there have been many capital campaigns, there's lots of donor fatigue, and getting a grant from LCHIP has made all the difference in the world. It inspires new donors to come forward and help us care for this incredible treasure.
LCHIP impact on New Hampshire since 2000. $30 million of state money invested. Total investment, 325 grants awarded. 143 towns and cities benefited. Total acres permanently conserved. 264,000. 159 historic structures preserved. 18 or more projects have been completed in each of the 10 counties of the state. Investing in New Hampshire's heritage. This is LCHIP.